guys, it's Sarah. Look at my new pillow. It's got some Larry, it's got some hands, it's got some nautical stuff with their tattoos. Now I can say I've embraced Larry. So here's the latest news that's been happening in the past couple days. According to recent locations, Liam is in London, Niall's in LA, and Louie and Harry are both in Malibu. But I think as of yesterday, Louie's no longer in Malibu because we saw him in LA with Danielle. But guys, we know that if Larry was in LA, we'd be getting like no pics of them. But because Louie's in LA with Danielle, we get all the pics in the world. So it's kind of like they want to be seen. But we saw new pictures of Louie and Danielle on the streets and they had groceries in their hands. But we also noticed that Louie had a cigarette in his hand. And if you guys know about media, it's a fact that if a celebrity has a cigarette in their hand, Paps can't take pictures of it and put it on a magazine. So some celebrities, even if they don't smoke or even if they're not going to on that day, they will still carry a cigarette with them just so they won't get papped and just so it won't be on a magazine. So we don't know if this was Louie's intent, but we do know Louie is smart. So if he had a cigarette with him, maybe his intention was to protect Danielle and have them like not be on the latest cover of a magazine. And this isn't the first time that we've seen Louie with a cigarette out in public with his beard. There was also many pictures of him with Eleanor with a cigarette too. But there's still so much proof that Louie and Danielle is a publicity stunt. Because the Claire's Twitter account tweeted how like Danielle was a woman crush Wednesday. And they also publicized her show The Originals in the same tweet. And also the One Direction Twitter account tweeted how fans should go buy the Made in the AM album at Claire's. So it's almost like these two sources are working together to publicize Danielle's show The Originals and Louie and his band One Direction. They're trying to make all 1D fans know about Danielle and her show so her show can get more popular. Louie posted an Instagram picture of a soccer ball on the beach, and Danielle on the same day posted pictures of her friend on a beach. So people think that they were on a beach together on the same day. But to me, when I look at it, it doesn't look like the same beach. But also the funny thing was, if Louie and Danielle were on the same beach, like there were no pictures of Louie and Danielle together in a picture. A guy who was papped in the background of the pictures of Louie and Danielle, he had a Twitter conversation with this girl, and since he was a witness of the whole Louie and Danielle thing, he said it didn't even look like Louie and Danielle were a couple. He said he thought Louie was gay. And this is just first-hand proof that it's a stunt. Because this guy probably doesn't even care about One Direction, he doesn't even know about all this stuff, and he was there. The fact that he said there was no interaction between them kind of proves it. He wasn't the only one who said that Louie and Danielle didn't look like a couple, because there was also a recent receipt of someone saying that Louie and Danielle didn't look like a couple either. They said, looks can be conceiving. My little cousin goes to uni in America and is dating Danielle's friend Ashley. He even got to meet Louie and got a picture with him. And he told me that Louie not only was completely drunk in his encounter with him, but that Louie wasn't talking to Danielle and was practically ignoring her at the party they attended. But then the very next day, you see photos of them looking coupley and smitten with each other. It's interesting to see one thing and then know another thing. So I don't know if this is true, but if it is true, that really says a lot. And she's right, like one day we'll see them acting coupley because that's what they want us to think, and then we hear these things. Hi, Clover. So the fact that we're getting these sources saying that no, Louie and Danielle actually act like this when they're not in front of cameras, that speaks volumes because it sounds like the whole Louie and Eleanor thing. It's interesting how after we saw that Louie and Harry blocked all those Briana update accounts, we see that Louie's mom Jay also blocked the Briana update account. Like all I'm gonna say is that it takes skill to be blocked by Larry and Louie's mom. I mean, that Briana update account should just delete her account. Also, that picture that Briana posted on her Instagram a couple days ago of her pregnant, people are questioning the validity of it because if you guys notice, every time Briana posts a picture, she never shows her face. So people are wondering, like, could that really be her? I mean, because we've seen Briana without her bump before. No, 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 baby, 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 baby. No, 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 baby, no, 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 no. Oh. Someone also found out that Briana's cousin Amber Clark is a mommy blogger. There's pictures of her on her Instagram when she's pregnant. So someone took the picture of Briana's cousin pregnant and photoshopped it and put it on Briana's body, and they said it's a perfect match. And this all reminds me of the time when someone photoshopped Justin Bieber's body and put it on Louie's in that picture of Louie and Eleanor. Guys, seriously, if nothing was going on, why would people need to do this? This chick Ashley is also telling people to post pregnant lookalike pictures of Briana, so you can just tell this is all fake. But anyway, it's good that a lot more media sources are now starting to see that Hendel is just a phony. I mean, I feel like that this was the plan all along, to have us believe it and then slowly come out with articles saying that, oh, maybe this isn't a thing. I mean, it's all for a story. Niall's brother Greg liked a tweet and it said, this would be Harry and Louie, and it's a picture of like two people with sheets over their heads. And the caption said, I feel stupid. It's not stupid, we're ghosts. I can just imagine that though, like Louie would be the one saying, I feel stupid, and then Harry would be saying, no, it's not stupid, we're ghosts. I mean, come on, if Niall Niall is the captain of the Larry ship. Of course his brother's gonna ship Larry too. He's like co-captain. It just runs in their Irish blood. Someone wrote a long article of how they think Babygate will end and what's been happening these past few months. I'm not gonna read the whole thing because it's long, but I'll just read a couple paragraphs. Louie always said from the beginning that the baby couldn't have been his because he and Briana never slept together, a close friend revealed, but she kept insisting that they'd hooked up and that she hadn't been with anyone else and refused to have a paternity test until she had given birth. Briana took advantage of the fact that they were friends and they had plenty of time together because her cousin was dating his friend and personal assistant, and she knew all along that the baby wasn't his, still told everyone it was, then got mad when he wouldn't talk about her or the pregnancy publicity. She asked him to follow her on Twitter to try to increase the number of followers and started contacting his family all the time, and even tried to convince him that they should get married before the baby came. Like, there's a lot more here that I'd like to read, but it'd be too long, so I'll try to leave a link down below. 7 weeks ago, Louie's tattoo artist posted a picture of an eagle in a lighthouse, which might have inspired Harry and Louie to get those same tattoos. We don't know if this is coincidence, but it is Louie's tattoo artist. In honor of Harry Styles' 22nd birthday, a charity drive is being held for London Switchboard LGBTQ helpline. Harry recorded a message for them last year, so we know he greatly supports this and he's been a part of it, and I really hope they make goal with this. On the RBB Tumblr page, there's a fan art of the two bears marching outside the bakery that Louie and Harry were supposedly spotted at for their cupcake date. Obviously, I don't know if it's the same bakery, but maybe it's supposed to symbolize that bakery. And the street sign says freedom, so it seems like they're marching towards that sign of freedom. So that might mean they're finally heading towards the time when they can finally be free. But anyway, I feel like every day we're getting more and more proof that these relationships are stunts. And it's great. So I don't really care if this Harry You Now account is like fake or not, because we already have enough evidence. I kind of hope the You Now is fake, to be honest. But anyway, if I missed anything, leave it down below. And like always, I post a video once a week. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.